All right, everyone, we want to get you up to speed on what's going on in Berlin right now. There is a manhunt underway. This suspect is considered armed and dangerous right now in Berlin, and authorities are looking for him. They thought they had the guy. Just yesterday, it turned out that guy they now think may not have had anything to do with this attack, though they are still watching him. This other one, however, in particular, he has been under surveillance for a couple of months. You know, he actually went into Germany from Tunisia as a refugee, as a migrant, and Germany wanted to send him back. He was staying there despite the fact that he was not being offered asylum. Somehow, he still existed while being under surveillance. So what this is really bringing into question right now is, how can you have such a mass of people in your country that are not really accounted for? And we know Germany has many of them, more than 1 million. My next guest right now is a filmmaker who has profiled the all-too brutal reality that you see in many of these countries in Europe right now. In fact, they have places called no-go zones. These are very dangerous areas that are dominated by these Muslim populations, and even the police fear going there. Ami Horowitz joins me now. And Ami, let's start from the beginning here. What is a no-go zone?
So it's interesting. A no-go zone is an area where is dominated, they're almost exclusively Islamic enclaves where essentially white people, not Islamic people, and certainly not emergency services, police, ambulances, fire department, can enter without facing some kind of violence. And the truth is, take a step back, there's like a real debate going on among the intelligentsia of the world. If you go on the BBC or NPR, and there's a debate whether or not they really exist, or they're the figment of the mind of the conservative imagination. I can tell you, personally, they exist.
So you've been there, you've been to these no-go zones in Sweden specifically. And how is it that you're able to go if, you know, if you're not Muslim, you're not supposed to be there?
Well, I found out that I couldn't because I got tuned up pretty good by 5 guys who, when we entered this, we crossed a threshold into this town called Husby, a well-known no-go zone, where the police told me they never enter. And immediately after we entered, they told us to leave. And my crew, being the good Swedes they are, turned around and left. I, like an idiot, decided to stay and just ask a couple of questions, and then the 5 guys jumped on top of me and just beat the crap out of me.
Oh, goodness. You know, it's tough as a woman as well. I mean, are these places that are run by Sharia law?
You know, yes and no. There's no official Sharia law there, but essentially, the police that I spoke to used the words, they are states within a state. Swedish law doesn't apply in these areas, and they're not upheld. So are some run by Sharia law? Sure, but that's not an official policy. It's just a completely Islamic enclave where Swedish law doesn't apply, and Swedish police,
you know, here's the reality of it.
Enter.
I mean, they got to get a handle on this, and they got to get a handle on it very fast, or everybody's at risk. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be right back.